everyone, I'm Lori Matthews and I'm the occupational therapist here at Barkman Smith Physical Therapy. And I'm going to introduce our wonderful guest here in a minute, and I am so excited that she's with us. For those of you that are tuning in right now, I hope you've had a great day. It has been a rockin' day here at Barkman Smith. True story, I had a new eval, and Linda, I think I told you this story. I had a new evaluation recently, and for those of you who know me already, you know that I love treating shoulders. Well, I had a patient who had a lot of questions, and she had a lot of questions about, how does the shoulder work and the structure and the function of it, and I said, let me show you. And so I ran over to the counter over there and I grabbed the model of the shoulder and I ran back to the treatment room and I said, so your arm bone here, the humerus, it was what? This is the knee model. I'll be right back. Nothing to instill confidence in my patient after 30 years of treatment, like grabbing the wrong anatomical part. So ran back, got the shoulder, and we had a really good laugh over that one. So anyway, I'm so glad you all are here. Okay, let's get started. I would like you to go back and check out our last Facebook Live. Peter Lamb, one of our physical therapists, talked about the role of physical therapy in spinal stenosis rehab, part 1. Peter provided some awesome details on spinal stenosis, and he'll dive deeper on some stretches and exercises that can help you with your symptoms in 2 weeks. You don't want to miss it. I would also like to extend a special thanks to everybody that's tuning in, everybody that likes, comments, and shares Barkman Smith Physical Therapy. Please share it with those that you care about. It personally means a lot to us. Also, please let us know if there are any topics for physical and or occupational therapy that you would like to hear about. We're here for you. So again, I've been looking forward to introducing this awesome person sitting next to me. Everybody, please meet Linda. Now, before you ask me any questions, is there anything that you'd like to share about your experience here at Barkman Smith Physical Therapy?
It's been terrible.
Terribly good, terribly bad.
They hurt you, but you feel better after.
That is terrible. Thank you. No, seriously, Linda has been the most joyful patient to work with, and that's why I invited her to come on with us tonight. So, Linda, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about working in occupational therapy?
I always tell my patients, and I mean this from the heart, is I want you to walk out of here feeling better than when you walked in. It's been my passion for 30 plus years now to help people, to help heal people, to help facilitate them feeling better, getting better, restoring their range of motion, restoring their strength, restoring their ability to balance, whatever they come to me for. I always want them to walk out better than when they came in.
Where did you grow up?
Ooh, up in the frozen tundra, also known as Western New York. Yeah. I grew up just outside of Niagara Falls, New York. Have a wonderful set of parents up there. Hi, Mom and Dad. Wonderful brother and 2 sisters.
Okay. And what are some of the hobbies you enjoy?
Staying vertical. I am a long-distance cyclist, triathlete, and long-distance runner, and all of those require me to stay vertical. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I met my husband running. Hi, Kevin.
I take it he didn't run too fast.
I was able to catch him.
What's your favorite food?
Edible kind, real food. I'm glad you asked that one, Linda. As an occupational therapist, I started years ago taking continuing education courses in food science and nutrition and its impact on rehabilitation, its impact on how people heal, their state of inflammation, how it affects their rehabilitation. And as I took a deeper dive into nutrition, it kind of coincided with me dipping my toes in the waters of really learning how to cook. I grew up with a mom who's a wonderful home cook, and we grew a vegetable garden when I was a kid, mostly out of necessity. Dad had 4 kids to feed, and so I grew up doing things like canning vegetables out of the garden, freezing, drying them, and we'd put them up for the winter. So at a very early age, I developed a taste for what I call real food. And over the years, I've kind of honed my skills in cooking. I've got an extremely broad palate when it comes to food, but as I say, it has to be real food. Things out of cellophane bags don't count as real food. Short ingredient list.
What's your favorite body part to work with?
Living ones.
I qualify.
She qualifies. No. I love working on shoulders. Shoulders are a complicated joint. The shoulder is really 3 joints, 2 real joints and 1 pseudo joint, and everyone presents differently. I've never had 2 folks come to me whose shoulders presented exactly the same. There are so many muscles that attach, so many things that can go wrong, that it's solving a puzzle. Every time I get a patient with a shoulder issue, it's peeling back the onion to find out really what's going on there, and then personalizing a program to help that patient get better.
And why did you become an occupational therapist?
You know, I've known from a very young age, I've always been a caregiver, and I've always known that I wanted to do something in health or the medical field. And another funny story, back years ago, I actually started out in vocational school as a cosmetology student. That didn't last long, not because I wasn't good at it, but because I got really bored, and I knew that my heart belonged in health and human services in the medical field. And I had the opportunity to change when I was in vocational school to nursing, but that would have required me to go to school throughout the summer between my junior and senior year of high school, and that was just too much of a commitment to a high school junior. So it wasn't until years later that I discovered occupational therapy through a very early tech job, actually. I was a technician at a therapy clinic.
Very good. What's a little known fact about you that would surprise people?
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I have 2 superpowers. One of them is getting grandkids to eat Brussels sprouts. True story. Again, Christmas year before last, back when COVID was still raging, we had our little family pod, and so our daughter and son-in-law and our 2 grandsons, Zane and Xavier, were over. My husband loves Brussels sprouts. At that time I could take them or leave them, but I had found a recipe that was really delicious, and I actually enjoyed them. So I made those for Christmas dinner, and we're sitting around chatting, and I asked my oldest grandson, Zane, "What's your favorite thing on your plate, Zane?" He said, "These things." The Brussels sprout. And his younger brother, Xavier, "What's your favorite thing on the plate?" He says, "The little baby cabbages." Wow, that's cool. So I think that's a superpower if you can get small children to eat and like Brussels sprouts. My other superpower is I can change my clothes completely in the car while driving to the gym when I'm running late getting out of work without taking off my seatbelt. It involves, it's truly an occupational therapist's best outcome. It involves great range of motion. It involves bilateral coordination. It involves eye-hand coordination, the reflexes of a cat. You pray for a couple of stoplights. Let's see, what else does it involve? Oh, motor planning, sequencing. It's really the ultimate occupational therapy outcome to change your clothes entirely while driving.
And how long have you been with Barkman Smith?
I am one of the newest team members at Barkman Smith. I have only been here since September.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
I'm lucky.
That's more of a comment than a question.
Brenda commented that Lori is great. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. I appreciate
I agree
that.
with that.
Thank you so much. How many crazy shoes do you own? Please define crazy. I'm upwards of one pair of crazy shoes. I've had patients threaten to remove these from my feet and take them.
I understand you like to travel. Where's your favorite travel place?
Ooh, the first thing that comes to my heart is Europe. My husband and I love going to Europe. We've also really enjoyed Canada and so many beautiful places in the United States. We've had the great fortune of going coast to coast and hiking portions of the Appalachian Trail and running the Jack and Jill downhill marathon in Seattle. We honeymooned in Vancouver. We ran a race in Montreal. So, yeah. But if you gave me a ticket today, I would ask that it be to Europe, preferably Switzerland.
If you had to do something other than occupational therapy, what would it be?
Oh, that's a piece of cake. I'd be a chef. I love to cook. I love planning and preparing meals. I love serving others. One of my, along with the whole cooking thing, is planning dinner parties and serving my friends and watching them go away with happy tummies. People always ask me when I'm hosting a dinner party, what can I bring? And I usually say your stretchy pants.
One viewer asked if you could strengthen your core if you were 64 years old.
Absolutely. Come see me. I got you covered. Yeah. You don't have to be able to do a 3-minute plank to strengthen your core. I've got some really simple basic stuff. And thank you so much for asking that, because a weak core and weak glutes are huge contributors to falls and back pain. So thank you for asking.
Where's your favorite place to run?
Outdoors. Please don't ever ask me to run on a treadmill. Outdoors, please. I don't care where, as long as it's safe. Yeah. Apparently, I just talk too slowly.
Since you like to cook, what's your favorite meal to prepare?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? I don't really have a favorite. My favorite meal to prepare really is for people I love. People that are coming over to my house. It's my love language, is cooking for people. Yeah. I've dabbled in all kinds of cuisines. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood. I'm of German heritage. I've been dabbling in, I do a ton of Mediterranean. I've been dabbling in Middle Eastern and Lebanese cooking. But yeah, cooking for people I love. That's it.
Okay, very good.
So, yeah. If anybody else has additional questions, please fire them away real quick. But again, reach out if you have any suggestions for any other topics or therapy-related issues that you would like Barkman Smith Physical Therapy to cover. And again, be sure to tune in next week, our Facebook Live, or 2 weeks, our Facebook Live, when Peter Lamb, physical therapist, will carry on with part 2 of the clinical topic, the role of physical therapy in spinal stenosis, on February 16th.
Okay, one last question. What's the importance of prehab before surgery?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Thank you for whoever asked that. Prehab helps to strengthen the surrounding musculature and has been researched and clinically proven to improve outcomes after surgery. For instance, if you are having a total knee replacement, coming to see one of our awesome physical therapists before your knee replacement to strengthen the surrounding musculature around that knee helps you on the other side, so that when you come out of surgery and you've got that new knee in there, you're already one step ahead of the game. You've probably got better range of motion, you've got better functional strength, so it's a really great program.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, all right, everyone. I think that wraps up our evening. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us.